An undefeated start so far. Might have that one and done season that I was hoping for. Hi there folks, and welcome back to Global Domination. I'm Nick from Sonic FM, and this is episode number 28. Today we have two games coming up for you, both away from home. First up is Malacca in the Malaysian Super League, and then the FA Cup fourth round, I believe, second leg against Kuala Lumpur. Quarter-final, second leg, sorry. So since yesterday's episode, where we left off with the second game of the season against UKM, it's been pretty smooth sailing, particularly in the league. As you can see, following up from the 2-0 win against UKM, going 4-2 against Pahang. Nothing each draw against Johor, and I thought that I was a little bit concerned that maybe the wheels were going to start to come off. However, those concerns were unfounded as we then beat Sembilan 3-0 at home as well. Sembilan at that point, and I believe they still are, second in the table. We then went to Protap in the second round of the FA Cup, won that one quite comfortably. 3-0 against PJ City, back in the league. 5-2 then against Sembilan in the Cup. And then a couple of friendlies. So there's a big gap between the third round of the Cup and the quarter-final first leg. So I just put a couple of friendlies in there just to keep the fitness levels up. And a couple of wins doesn't, it's not bad for morale as well. Then, in the last game that we played off camera, done nothing each home draw against Kuala Lumpur in the first leg of the quarter-final. So we've got all to do in the second leg, as well as that game against Malacca today. Looking at the league table, as you can see, we are top of the league. 5 wins from 6 with 1 draw, and we're a point ahead of Sembilan so far as well. So need to keep up this form. We are, as you see, 6 games into a 22 game season, so we're about a quarter of the way through. So if we can keep up this form, then all will be good. My main concern at the moment is the FA Cup, because if we're going to have a one and done season in Malaysia, we need to win that this season as well as the league. So big game today against Kuala Lumpur, we need to get through that. We also, if we go into the Cup, the next rounds have been drawn. The semi-final has been drawn, so we're playing either Kedah or Malacca in the next round if we get past Kuala Lumpur. Kuala Lumpur not having the greatest of seasons. As reigning champions, they are only 8th in the table with 6 points from 6 games. Malacca and Kedah are down in the bottom half of the table as well. So it's a good chance for us to get to a final, but we need to get through that quarter-final second leg first of all. Other news, transfer window is now closed. There's only one other transfer. I brought in Mod Faisal Sahari from Pahang. He's a 18-year-old centre-back. Good centre-back. Play on the right as well. So gives us a bit of flexibility cover-wise there. Probably won't be using him too much as a right-back. He can cover there if need be, but probably won't be using him too much. As you can see, he's not the fastest. There, he's crossing and he's dribbling not particularly great either. So I think I would rather stick with him at centre-back, where he's got good tackling, but decent heading. Jumping reach could use some working strength as well, but those are things that we can work on in training with him. The reason we brought him in is Mud Alif Zakari left to join ESIS in Indonesia. That is pretty much everything up to date so far. So let's get into the first game, and this is the team for that game away from home against Malacca in the league. We have Abdul Aziz in goals, Asnan, Hamza, Sahari and Shamsuddin at the back, Fakhruddin and Sari in midfield, Ismail, Helmi Allen and Partaban are the attacking midfielders with Akono up front. So, I spoke yesterday about my foreign player conundrum, and I found a way around it. The way I get around that is I swap Hamza out for Shivan Pili from time to time. And when I do that, I then play Chiku in midfield, or put him on the bench, whatever I want to do. But that is the main change I make. Going forward, it might be a case of I make Fakhreddin interchangeable with Helmi Allen and with Chiku. As we can see, Fakhreddin can play attacking midfield, so I can move him up there, bring Helmi Allen out. Just as in what's required, so it's basically just about rotation at this stage. Playing Fakhreddin in the box-to-box midfielder position today, just to give him a try there, because he's had a couple of games where he's not played at his best from that deep line playmaker role. So we'll try him on with the different role today to see how that goes. But let's get into the game and see how he does today in his new role. Go out there and put on a worthy display. Helmi Allen's nervous. I don't know why Helmi Allen's nervous. He's been one of the best players all season for us. But we have a free kick here early in the game. Ismail with the ball in. Keeper gets up and makes a good save, and it's scrambled clear by the Malacca defence. But a good start for us. But since that free kick, there's been nothing really happening. And I have found that this is a bit of a pattern so far in the games that I've played, which we'll talk about in a second. Aslan with the throw in to Partaban, he drops it back to Helmi Allen. Helmi Allen with the strike from the edge of the D, and the keeper has no chance with that one. That's the kind of thing he's been doing all season. See, Partaban picks up the throw in, drops it back to Helmi Allen. He finds himself in that position a fair bit. He gets the shot away and scores the first goal for us today. Asnan plays it forward now from a free kick to Ismail. Ismail driving forward with it. He plays it inside to Fakhreddin. He gets it forward to Partaban. It's dropped back to Sari and then up to Shamsuddin. He plays a Kono through. Ball back to Partaban. He was trying to find somebody around about the penalty spot, but there was nobody there. Fakhreddin wins the ball in midfield. Ismail has it now. He gets it out to Partaban out wide on the right. Can he get a ball in? He can, and Helmi Allen's there for his second of the game, his 7th of the season. And he has been a great pickup for us. Absolutely brilliant buy so far. The Partaban does well to keep that under control. Gets to the byline. Helmi Allen there with the volley home at the near post. Yeah, as I was saying before those two highlights, a bit of a pattern I've noticed in the games I've played so far, especially the ones off air, is that we start off with a couple of shots on goal early doors, and then it takes us a while to get into our stride after that. A bit like that where with the early highlight, everything was going well, you know, within the first couple of minutes, and then it took us until the 27th minute, so about another 25 minutes before we got the goal in the next highlight. Very happy with the way things are going. So it can take us a little bit to get into our stride sometimes. But when we get into our stride, my God, are we good. And we go again now. Akono has picked the ball up in his own half and turns and runs with it on the left-hand side. He's got support in the box. Partaban's up there. He gets a header. And Partaban, with his third of the season, third of the game, he had absolutely no right to be the one scoring there. So look here, Akono on the left-hand side. Partaban is the only player in the box, completely unmarked. And Akono finds the head of Partaban. Make it 3-0. And again, Asnan with a throw-in. Cleared away this time by the defence, and Hassan coming forward with it now for Malacca. Bit slow in the build-up. Now we managed to get players back into shape. But they're coming forward again. Arif with it. He finds Vigneous. Trading passes there with Samson. And it's Tan Teng Yap with Arif now. Back to Aslan. Sari cuts that one out in midfield though. Helmi Allen has the ball. He plays through Ishmael. Ishmael, can he make it 4? Yes, he can. Ishmael with his 4th of the season and our 4th of the game. Ishmael's over the past couple of games, Ishmael's been playing really well. I don't know, he's a very inconsistent player. Also discovered he's not actually under contract to us. His contract ran out at the end of last season and I didn't renew it. So he's playing with us on a month-to-month basis. I did go in to offer him a new contract, but the demands he were looking for were just completely unreasonable, so I walked away. And then I did try to bring in another attacking left midfielder before the transfer window closed, just in case he decided to leave the club or was offered a new contract elsewhere. But the deal that I had in place couldn't be completed before the transfer window closed, so it didn't quite get through. Right, 65 minutes gone, we're 4-0 up. Let's have a look and see if we can make some changes just to try and freshen things up a little bit. So Fakhreddin, you're on a yellow card. I'm going to bring you off just now. And Rossley can come on. And I don't really want to make many changes, if I'm honest. Could maybe take a Kono off and bring somebody else in, but I don't really want to. He's having a good game. His fitness is reasonably good. So what I'm going to do is we'll leave it at that for now, and we'll just monitor fitness levels over the next 10 minutes or so. And we're going to give the team some praise because they have been playing brilliantly. Long ball forward there, looking for a Kono, but it's a bit wayward and the keeper comes out to clear that. Clearance only goes as far as Shamsuddin on the right hand side though. He again plays the big ball forward looking for a Kono, but it's headed clear. And Malaka trying to build an attack, but again Shamsuddin manages to cut that out. Plays it inside to Rossley. Gives it back to Sari. Sari's got Shamsuddin on the overlap there and uses him. Shamsuddin gets the ball to Rossley on the edge of the box. He gets a shot away, his 2nd of the season. Almost exactly the same position that Helmi Allen was in when he scored his first goal at the other end. And that's 5-0 now. And as I said, we are just a really good team. When we are good, we are really good. And when we're bad, we're not that bad either. I did have to go and have a quick look to check, but since I took over this team, we are undefeated as well. Things like that though, I could be doing without. Although we're now 5-1 up, 5-0 at the time, from the corner, so you know, gets up with the header to get pull one back for Malaka. It's, as I said, it's things like that, it's, you know, cheap goals like that I could be doing without giving away. But Parthaban is tired with 10 minutes to play, so we're going to bring Yusuf on for him. And Sari is also tired. What will we do? What will we do? We don't have another midfielder on the bench. So, I'm not going to do anything, I'm just going to let him play. What I'm going to do is recommending Sable, the left back, but we'll just keep Sari where he is just now. There's only 5 minutes left to play. I don't think there's much more going to happen. And I was correct. That's the end of the game. A 5-1 win, a good win. The Malacca goal was merely a consolation, but as I said, could be done without that kind of cheap goal. Very happy with that result. And if we go in and look at how the table now looks, 4 points clear of Semblin at the moment. They've still to play, they've got a game in hand. 15 goals of a difference. As I was saying, since I took over, if we go back to look where I took over here. So this was the first game that I had in charge. I took over the day before this game. Around about then anyway. And since then, we're undefeated. So we won that one. All the way through the group stages won. Obviously, we continued to win because we won that cup. Into this season, all the friendlies and all the games so far, undefeated since I took over. Maybe it's just me being a little bit paranoid, but I get a funny feeling the game's going to do me soon. And that at some point, we're just going to collapse. Fingers crossed that doesn't happen. But just a little spidey sense tingling that that's going to happen. Because things are going far too well. Like I said, undefeated since I took over. I don't even know how many games it is undefeated. That doesn't say. And we'll give Helmy Allen some praise. And I'm going to do the press conference. I'll be back with you all in just a second for the next game, which is the second leg of the quarter-final of the FA Cup against Kuala Lumpur. And we are back now with the game against Kuala Lumpur. Only one change to the team for this game over the one from the last match. So we've got Abdul Aziz in goals, Asnan Hamza, Sahari and Shamston at the back. Rossley coming into midfield for Sari, alongside Fakhruddin, who's back playing in his deep line playmaker role. And we have Ismail, Helmy Allen and Parthaban as the attacking midfield behind Akono up front. I didn't really see the need to make sweeping changes to the team after the performance in the last match. I just wanted to bring in Rossley because he's got a bit more of an attacking threat about him rather than Sari. So a great opportunity to show the pundits have been right to back you. Go out there and do that. Now the good thing about this second leg being away from home is if we manage to score, Kuala Lumpur then need to score too. But Kuala Lumpur are coming into the game off the back of a very good win in the league as well. So should be a decent game. And we come forward now. Helmy Allen try to find Rossley, but the ball's cleared and Mendeki is through now. And he manages to score. He is having a good couple of games. He got a hat-trick in Kuala Lumpur's last league game. And he's opened the scoring there for them as well. Helmy Allen giving the ball away as he tried to find Rossley. Quick ball over the top. Mendeki gets onto it. Defence were in no man's land there. And he gets through and slots it past Aziz for the first goal of the game. 20 minutes in now. Not overly concerned. Helmy Allen tries to feed through a Kono, but he's held up by the defence and the pass is cut out by Asman. Helmy Allen finds Parthaban this time. He gets a shot away, but it's wide of the post. So stats wise so far, we're doing okay. Ratings wise, not so much. And goals wise, not so much. And we're going to need to step things up a little bit. Bit of encouragement for the last few minutes of the half. In the hope that we could have grabbed the goal before half time, but we weren't able to. I don't think you played as well as you're capable in the first half. Go out and make up for it in the second. And at the start of the second half, we have a corner. Ishmael swings it in. And that was Sahari, I believe, up there with the header. Can't get it on target though. And goes for a goal kick. And Kuala Lumpur with the goal kick now. And Mendeki with the knockdown to Cowburn. He finds Amin on the right hand side, but it's well cut out by Asnan at the back and Helmy Allen coming down the left hand side with it now. He doesn't really have much in the way of support. Asnan was coming up behind him. He's got the ball now. He plays it back to Fakhreddin. Gives it inside to Rossley. Rossley finds Partaban on the edge of the box and he equalises for us. And that gives us the advantage now. Got the away goal. Kuala Lumpur now need to win the game. Fakhreddin finds Rossley. Just turns inside. Little ball into the feet of Partaban on the edge of the box. And he slots it home into the bottom corner. That is a bit more like it for us. Again, stats wise, playing really well. Being the better team. Ratings wise, not so much. So, let's see what changes we can make to try and improve things. Helmy Allen, you're not actually playing that well. I'm going to take you off for Mohammed. I could also be looking at changing Fakhreddin and Akono because they're playing at the same rating. Akono, we know how his goals can be vital to us and he can pop up with them at any minute. So I don't really want to take him off just now. We're 65 minutes into the game. Ismail, Partaban, Rossley are all playing well. Defence, I'm not doing too badly. Fakhreddin, again, I'm a bit loath to take off because he can just occasionally have a moment of magic and play a killer ball. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it at that for the next 5 or 10 minutes and see how things go. And I'm going to encourage the team. Got a free kick now. Ishmael plays it into the box. Rossley gets up there with the header, his third of the season. And that makes it 2-1 now, and Kuala Lumpur now need to score 2. So I wish I could say it inspired change, but it was 2 players that were already on the park. But I can't really take too much credit for that. Suggestions of offside? No, he's clearly onside. Nothing to worry about there. As we get 70 minutes into the game now. Okay, so we're now just over 75 minutes in. And Fakhreddin, you're not playing any better, so you can come off for Sari. And Akono, likewise, you've not really improved, so we'll bring Rao on for you. The last 10 minutes or so. A throw in now is cleared away by Cowburn as far as Mansour. Mansour driving forward with it now. He's got a man ahead of him, but he's going himself. Plays it out to the wing and the ball comes in, but it's headed just past the post. Again, a free header in the box. That's the kind of thing that I don't want to be seeing. Ismail, from the goal kick, heads the ball to absolutely no one. I don't know why he felt he had to head that there when he could have brought it down. He had plenty of time. Hamza clears the ball out the box, but only out as far as the winger who gets the ball back in, but the header is over the bar. It was going a bit too quick for me to see who it was that was doing the heading and the crossing there. But that's it, game over. And we've won 2-1, we've made it through to the semi-final. Good comeback. We'll go now and see who we have in the semi-final of the Cup. Where are we? FA Cup draws Selangor against Kedah. Well, semi-final against Kedah. Who we have in the league coming up in the next couple of games. And where are Kedah? Kedah are currently sitting 6th in the league. So again, good chance for us to reach the final. The next round is on the 21st of the 6th, which is in 2 months. Yeah, we're down here, June. Okay, so as you can see there, the end of the episode sees us sitting 4 points clear at the top of the league. Sembilan lost their game in hand. So 4 points clear at the top of the league and now in the semi-final of the FA Cup as well. So in tomorrow's episode, we will come back, and where will we come back? I think, well, we could either come back for the semi-final, or what I think we'll do is we'll come back for the games against UKM and Pahang, and that will then let us maybe have Kedah and Malacca in the next game, or Semblin and Kedah. We'll come back round about here-ish, play 4 or 5 games, and then we'll come back. And that'll be tomorrow's episode, which is where you'll find out when we come back. And that wraps up episode 28. Now don't forget, if you liked the video, make sure you hit the thumbs up button down below. And let me know in the comments if you think we're going to get through Malaysia in just the one season. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and ring the notification bell to make sure you don't miss any videos going forward. I upload daily at 8 PM UK time. And as always, thank you very much for watching.